Friday night, close to closing time. It's been a long, slow week when legs from head her neck comes in off the curb. It's late, I should go home, but the life of a private dick has its perks. I usher her in and tell her to tell me the whole story. She's dangerous, and she knows it. She reaches under her blouse and offers me a cigarette. I politely accept for 2 reasons. Mostly because the smoke's be near her boob. The second reason is, I'm trying to take it up. I'm a detective, and I'm supposed to smoke. As she tells me her sob story, I suddenly realize I don't have an ashtray, so I make use of a nearby paperweight. It'll have to do. She says her name's Mrs. Higgins, and tells me about her cookies, and how some slimeball has stolen them. I say, have you gone to the cops? Knowing she hasn't. This kind of thing happened in Mosgiel Town, the toughest beat this side of Campus Watch. I would know. I'd walk them both. She lays on the waterworks. She's a knockout. I tell her not to worry. I would find where her cookies are and who stole them. I knew this case wouldn't be pretty. Not like those legs. But that's the thing about pretty legs. They make you take on the unpretty cases. I knew where to start. The streets. There was only one dealer in this town who knew where the cookies come from and where they were going. Alex Puddle, cookie addict. Street name, The Monster. He would exaggerate the purity of his stash, which was always cut down because he broke the classic rule. Never get high off your own supply. He was jumpy, just like he was when I knew him in Mosgiel Town. He told me he'd gone straight, but I knew he was lying because of the crumbs on his shirt. He was weak. He would talk. He told me what I knew I would hear. Just one step up the ladder. Go to the dealer's dealer. He told me to get out while I can. This thing's too big, even for me. That didn't worry me. What I didn't see coming though was that those legs. Mrs. Higgins. She wasn't a missus at all. She was a mistress. Bombshell. Puddle, the monster, told me that Mrs. Higgins was mistress to the biggest cookie cutter of them all. Porky Chan. Why did Porky Chan's girlfriend come to me for help to find out who stole the cookies from her cookie jar? Couldn't Chan just give him more? It doesn't fit. Chan's clan had moved to Dunedin during the gold rush, but he wasn't Chinese. He told people he originated from the Orient, because who would buy fortune cookies of a Scottish-Irish mutt? After asking a few polite questions, I found him practicing his golf swing. Porky smiles his Irish charm smile and gives me a cigarette. It's bad for me, but chicks dig it. And if smoking scored this big guy a gal like Miss Higgins, I'd chug like a choo-choo train. I ask him if he knows about any cookie heists, and he talks. He doesn't have to, but he talks. He talks as if it's too late, and there's nothing I can do to stop him. The odd thing is, he doesn't outright admit to having a hand in all this business. No. He has the gall to insinuate it. Porky tells me that business for half Scottish, half Irish fortune cookie merchants wasn't good. He tells me of an ancient recipe for a fortune cookie that actually predicts the future. He says the baker of that cookie would become a rich man. I know he's telling me he had a hand in Mrs. Higgins' cookies getting munched, so I hit him with it. Mrs. Higgins isn't really a missus at all. She's a mistress. His mistress. Porky hesitates, and then he laughs. It tells me what I thought. He is lying. He tells me they broke up. He tells me to go out to Mosgiel Town to see Mrs. Higgins if I want answers. Mosgiel Town. I thought I'd been done with this place, but I needed to know. I needed to know who stole those cookies. So I go see her. I need to. Besides, she has some cigarettes, and they really are that addictive. There's no answer. I let myself in. The house smells good, but at the same time, bad. Not fried bacon good, more freshly baked cookies good. Freshly baked cookies of death. I find what I smelled. She's on the ground, dead. I resist the temptation to cup her feel as I take her cigarettes. She's eaten too many cookies. OD'd, but not by choice. Some somebody's fed her those cookies. I see the cookie jar, empty, beside still cookies. Fortune cookies. I take one of the cookies and open it. It says I will uncover a conspiracy today, and my lucky numbers are 14, 6, and 9. That's good news. I begin to think, did the fortune cookie I just ate just predict her death? Did Mrs. Higgins create the cookie that predicts the future? Was I uncovering a conspiracy by Porky Chan to take control of the future's cookie market, thereby resulting in world cookie domination? One more cookie in the cookie jar. I open it. It says, forget it, Sam. It's Mosgiel Town. My lucky numbers are 7, 12, and 8. I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles.